Welcome back to another episode of Wilderness Insights 24, organized by the Wilderness and Wildlife Protection Society of Royal College. Today, we have with us Professor Gamini Senanayake, a former professor in agricultural biology and the former senior vice chancellor in the University of Ruhuna for the past 6 years from 2013 to 2019. Sir, could you please introduce yourself to our...
Okay, thank you very much. And yes, after completing my term as the Vice Chancellor, I served as the Chairman of the Sri Lanka Council for Agriculture Research Policy, which is the apex body of agriculture research institutions in Sri Lanka for 3 years. And thereafter, I served at the Presidential Secretariat as the advisor to the President on Agriculture, and now I am retired from almost all these activities and doing my own freelance services.
I see, sir. Thank you for that, sir. Sir, in your expert opinion, could you please explain to our viewers on Could you explain to our viewers uh, about biodiversities in in your expert perspective?
Yeah, biodiversity, when you say biodiversity, there's a definition for that. That is within a unit area of land, how many plant or animal species are there. And depending on the number of species, that not the number of animals or plants, but the number of species. So in that sense, Sri Lanka is a biodiversity hotspot because we have a very high biodiversity, especially our agricultural biodiversity also very high in
Yes,
this
sir.
country. So therefore, uh, the environmental balance in this country totally depend on this biodiversity. So as you know that in biology subject you may have learned the food chains and all these things. So if we disturb to one link, one element in this food chain, whole thing will change. And not only the biodiversity, we have a very big heritage of indigenous knowledge linked with our biodiversity.
Yes, sir.
So all these go hand in hand. The indigenous knowledge base, our cultural diversity, our biodiversity, environmental diversity, everything goes hand in hand. So that is why we call Sri Lanka is a, biodiversity hotspot.
Yes, sir. In your opinion, sir, what do you think are the most pressing issues faced by the Sri Lankan biodiversity as well as how it affects our economic and agricultural sector as well?
Yes, because of human intervention, we have disturbed our biodiversity and the natural balance, of course. Now, for example, if we take these days, the major pest in agriculture, that is monkeys and peacocks. Now, if you take peacocks, now the peacock population in the country has gone up. So the main reason is if you look at that the lack of fox in the country. Uh, we had a big population of fox in the country. When the peacocks lay eggs on, normally they lay eggs on grasses or on the ground.
Okay,
It has a characteristic smell. That is the protection. No one get close to these eggs.
okay, sir.
But only animal can approach this egg is fox. So they control the population. When the fox population goes down, automatically peacock population has gone up.
Yes, sir.
Now it has become a nuisance to the agriculture sector. So that is one classic example of this disturbing the biodiversity.
I see.
I can give one more example. Now we know that our farmers are suffering from leptospirosis. We call Miuna.
Yes, sir.
That is because of the this rat population in the paddy fields has gone up. The reason is the snakes
Yes, sir.
population has gone down. So the earlier we had in our paddy field, traditional paddy fields, there are certain places where we kept for as a jungle where all these wildlife can live there.
Okay, sir.
So these snakes control the rats. Now snake population has gone down mainly due to excess usage of agrochemicals and killing the snakes by human beings.
Oh.
They think that all the snakes are threat to the human being. So therefore, snake population has gone down. Therefore, rat population has gone up. As a result, now we are suffering from this leptospirosis. So like that, I can give so many examples
Definitely.
how natural balance has been disturbed. Another one example is bat. Bats now in our country, we are the first nation in the world who have given habitats for the bats.
Oh, really?
In our temples or ancient temples, there is a place called Vaul Guhava.
Oh,
Vaul Guhava is the place where they allow bats to live because bats control the insect population.
okay, sir.
It is found that in research that one bat during the night they can eat or capture 600 small flying insects per hour.
Oh, really, sir?
Yeah, it's such an effective. So during the night time, they control our mosquito population and our insect pests in our agricultural fields. So now the bat population has gone down because of the clearing of certain trees like me, kumbuk. Those plants are the habitats for these bats.
Okay, sir.
So therefore, bat population has gone down. As a result, the insect population has gone up. Now, therefore we have to use chemicals. So like that, I can give a lot of examples. Now in European countries, now they are they are inviting bats to their home gardens because bats are the major pollinator.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
great pollinator and it's a great tree planter.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, but in our country, we have not taken these things into consideration to maintain the natural balance.
So when you come to think of it, sir, our ancestors have also used many in environmental conservation strategies
Exactly.
in the past,
Yeah.
whereas right now we are failing to do that. In your opinion, sir, what do you think? Do you think that the current environmental strategies used by the government of Sri Lanka are effective, or if not, what do you think they should replace them with?
Yes, it is not effective because I have. We should not go to the two extremes. One is destroying the environment at the, I mean, for the development at the expense of destroying the natural balance. That is one end.
Yes.
The other end is we are conserving the nature, but without any development. We should not go to those extremes. Now, certain environmentalists, this is a very, I mean, someone
Controversial.
can argue on this, but now to maintain the biodiversity and natural balance while continuing the development is population control is a must.
Yes, sir.
Now, due to some reasons which we have done, population, this balance has gone. Now we have large number of this wild boar, peacocks, and other population. So there should be a mechanism to do the population control that is for the benefit of the environment.
Definitely, sir.
So therefore, in our environmental policies and strategies, our policymakers should use our indigenous knowledge which has been inherited for generations. Because when you take indigenous knowledge, people think that it is a very primitive knowledge which we cannot use. It is not the case. It has been developed for over thousands of years with the population, with the community, because there's a truth behind it. So we can learn a lot from our ancient people and our elder population
Definitely,
in making the more sustainable environmental policies to maintain the biodiversity while continuing the development.
yes, rather than relying on artificial fertilizers and the like,
Exactly, exactly. Because imported strategies, policies, I don't think it will work to this country. Most of the one other thing is most of our policymakers and even academics, researchers, they have obtained their postgraduate qualifications and their higher education from overseas, from European countries. So they try blindly to apply those policies to our country, which is not correct.
Yes.
So if they have gained the knowledge from those countries, then study our own strategies, and not all, but certain policies and certain strategies that prevailing in this country can be easily used uh, with the little revisions and modernization to fit into today's needs.
Definitely, sir. Because unlike other countries, Sri Lanka has a very unique
Exactly.
climate and a very unique atmosphere as well.
Yeah.
But sir, with the current climate change, there are many differences. There are many changes in the climate change and climate patterns as well.
Yeah.
Could you please explain to us how it affects Sri Lanka's agricultural productivity, if possible, with the
Ye-
changes with the climate changes?
Yes, definitely, because with the climate change, we have to change our agricultural practices and everything. Uh, because main reason is Sri Lanka being an island close to Bay of Bengal. Uh, we are facing a lot of environmental fluctuations,
Yes.
rainfall and temperature and so on. So our if for agriculture, one main important thing is the water.
Yes, sir.
So we are facing either water scarcity or floods due to climate change. But our ancient people, they had the strategies uh, to work with these situations. For example, if you take uh, now water saving strategies. Now we had uh, some a technique called Betma method.
Okay, sir.
That is, we call Betma method is one of the community participatory community approach how to face the drought situation.
Okay, sir.
Now, for example, if you have big paddy fields belongs to different people, then what they do is, if the drought is coming, they measure the water amount of water available in the reservoir.
Okay.
They had a nice technique called Diya Katapahana.
Okay.
Pahana means they have kept some stones, one on the top of the other, like that. Then counting number of stones, they can measure the amount of water available in the reservoir.
Ah, really, sir.
Then they calculate it, and then they know what is the extent that they can cultivate with the available water. But that extent, if you take the extent closer to the reservoir, then what will happen to the paddy fields having the far end of the paddy field? They can't cultivate. So therefore, the people, they gave piece of their land temporarily for that season for those to come and cultivate. That is called Bet method. So such a democratic participatory approach we had. Now we have lost everything. Now we are so self-centric. We don't care about the others. So that is why in I can give one example. In USA,
Yes, sir.
in New Orleans state,
Okay.
there was a big flood.
Okay, sir.
So people suffered a lot. Then certain people, they didn't have even a piece of bread for for them for even a week.
Ah, really,
But
sir?
then at the next door, they had enough food. When they talked to those people, they said no, the social security system should look after them, not by us.
Ah.
That is their answer. Then they studied how a country like Sri Lanka, when we suffered from tsunami,
Yes, sir.
how people survived such a poor country. Then those sociologists came and studied
Okay,
how
sir.
we survived. Then they found that we had, though we don't have a big monetary capital,
Yes, sir.
we have a very big social capital. That means social capital means we are helping each other,
Definitely, sir.
right? So that is the way that we survive during any disaster period. We help each other. So that is they gave a term called social capital. So I'm very rich in social capital.
Definitely.
That is how we survived.
Yeah, because since ancient times we've been known for our hospitality, no?
Exactly, exactly.
Yes, sir. Sir, from your perspective, sir, the expansion of agricultural lands in Sri Lanka, which this is directly also related to deforestation of our many forests. How do you think this in turn affects the environment and how this affects environmental pollution, sir?
Yeah, definitely, because we are keep on expanding agricultural lands, but should we do that? Because rather than now, I think whatever the land we have, we can increase the productivity per unit land area with sustainable techniques like our indigenous knowledge blended with the modern knowledge. So we can increase the production. If we could increase the production per unit area, then we need not to expand the land extent.
Yes, sir.
So if we are going to expand the land extent, definitely we are approaching the lands belongs to the wildlife.
Yes,
Then
sir.
wildlife become a threat to us.
Definitely, sir.
So that is how we have to treat this. And the other thing is uh, in ancient period also there's a system called we have a agroforestry system.
Ah,
That
really, sir.
means agroforestry system means in certain areas we maintain as a forest but we collect food material from the those forest areas.
Yes, sir.
So that is a more sustainable way for certain areas.
Yes, sir.
So we maintain, while maintaining the environment, we fulfill our requirements.
Definitely. So, how severe would you say the soil degradation in forests is because of agricultural expansion?
Soil degradation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a real problem because of the cultivation of tea in uplands,
Yes, sir.
in upcountry. Because in now, I think you have not seen any river from in Sri Lanka where you have the clear water running.
Yes, sir.
All the muddy water is running through
Definitely.
our rivers. Muddy water means our topsoil is eroding and washing out to the sea.
Yes, sir.
So therefore our soils become infertile. So for that, mainly these so-called large plantations should be
Yes, sir.
responsible for this. So
Definitely, sir.
our agricultural landscape has been changed because of the plantation
Yes, sir.
agriculture. Now we can't revert back, but still now we have to do a lot of soil conservation measures to protect our topsoil.
Definitely.
Otherwise, this country will become a desert.
Yes, sir. Sir, so our plantations are directly linked to our economy.
Yeah.
How would you say we can how would you say we can manage these plantations while also trying our best to conserve our forests and the environment?
Yes, because now we have to think in a different way. Now, we if our plantation contribute to a lot to the earn foreign exchange to country,
Yes, sir.
but are we going to export in bulk, produce in large quantities to get the foreign exchange, or produce little lesser amount but with a high quality.
Yes, sir.
Then we can get the same amount of dollar or more than what we now earn, because the whole world is more concerned about these pesticide free agricultural products, environmentally friendly way of cultivation and all those things. But still we are just exporting the bulk.
Yes.
So we have to do a lot of value additions. Then we need not to produce so much, but with a little amount, we can earn more dollars.
I see, sir. Sir, now our time is slowly coming to an end. If possible, could you leave our audience with a few words, like a parting message, so that they can remember and they can live by it? And so, yeah.
Yeah, my message is that always you love the nature, live with the nature. At least each and every child should plant one useful plant at your residence and maintain it. That will be a very good mental relaxation, as well as then you will learn a lot of things by loving plants. Because if you love the plants, definitely plants will give you more, because they are the engines of producing oxygen, and they are the engines of producing food for us through chlorophyll, through the process called photosynthesis, and purifying the environment and reducing the pollution. So at least if we could plant one plant and maintain it, that would be a great thing.
To make the environment clean, one plant at a time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you very much.